And we are live. Welcome everyone to another episode of the Dardish show. I'm so excited for our guest today, the one and only Rana Fitness. ما يحتاج ترحيب. We don't need any introductions. Welcome.
Thank you for hosting me.
You're most welcome.
Welcome to the Dardish show, a place to sit back, relax and enjoy a good conversation.
أنا اسمي رنا. Okay, so my name is Rana Alomani. I am a full-time fitness instructor. That has been my job for the last, let's say, almost 8 years.
8 years.
Full-time job. That's exactly what I do.
Okay. That's pretty much it.
Unless you want to go back in the past and talk about what happened before that.
Of course. What made you start?
What made me start? I started in 2003 as a part-time.
PT.
I was actually a group fitness instructor, not a personal trainer.
Zumba didn't exist then, right?
It did exist back then. It started in 2001. That was the first year when Zumba came out as a home DVD.
DVD.
Yeah. So back then, when 2001, it was like a home DVD. You know those infomercials اللي يطلعون the States.
Yes.
They go, oh, this is the new workout, the Latin, and Beto, the creator, comes on the screen with his instructors.
He's the first Zumba guy, right?
Yeah, he's the creator, and that used to show. They used to put it on TV as an infomercial. So that's how it started, and then it picked up from there. But yeah, back 2001, يعني it just started. فللحين الناس still did not hear about it.
Yeah.
But 2003, no, I did not know about Zumba. يعني I heard about it because my friend she used to do Zumba at home. She was like, oh, check this workout I have.
She bought the DVDs, huh?
Yes, she did. And sometimes I go to her place, Boston, when I used to study.
Boston.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then كانت تحط videos and she's like, you have to try this with me. وأنا said Latin dance وما أدري شنو. It was fun. I think I did like few times معاها, like few workouts.
You didn't get the bug then, huh?
It was fun and it's a dance.
Yeah.
يعني it's Latin dance. Latin music is fun.
Oh yeah.
يعني the minute you hear like those drums وأشياء وصلصة ومرنجة وما أدري شنو, it's fun.
Oh yeah.
فيعني it was like, it's nice. ليش لا? And it picked up from there. That was the start. But no, I started in 2003 as a full-time. I did not do Zumba. I did like steps, kickboxing, like the cardio kickboxing, the other like typical fitness things, aerobics, وما أدري شنو, football, like we did the Swiss ball thing, and
did you do it in your studio?
No. Back then I did work in a gym, في health club. That was my first time job. I graduated, I came back, and I worked as a part-time job in a fitness facility.
What did you graduate? What were you studying?
I studied civil engineering.
And you graduated and you started fitness.
Yes.
Very interesting.
And I came back to Kuwait in August. In 2 weeks, I went and I started my job as a fitness instructor في gym.
It was planned? Was it planned?
I don't know. I'm a bad planner. And usually it's like things come to my head, I just do them.
And it worked.
Yeah, usually usually when I'm in the toilet, a lot of ideas come to me.
The genius
and I'm like,
ideas.
oh, what am I gonna do for 2 weeks? I've been in Kuwait 2 weeks and I'm getting bored. I have to do something until I find a job. So let me go and apply for a fitness whatever. I wanna practice, and I liked it. I like working out, especially group. We're talking about group classes, as in environment, group classes. Like you have a group of people with you, and the music. And it's more fun. That's what I liked about working out. To me, as even before I started getting the fitness certification, to me, like going to the gym for the group fitness classes, that was for me is like the fun part.
Before doing the certification?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I kept doing that حتى لما رحت أمريكا. I started studying there. I go to the gym for the group classes. I don't go and stay on the machines or treadmills or whatever.
Interesting.
Because that was the boring part. Like I go to the gym and I see people like jogging على المachines وأشياء. I'm like, ما تملون?
Yeah.
Every day like they come and they do the
boring.
same thing. Yeah.
It is boring.
To me that's very boring.
Yeah.
I would never go to the gym and do that. So it's like, if I go and find the classes, I'm like, شنو عندهم? Which trainers? What kind of classes do they have? That was the time when my instructor, I used to go to her classes a lot. Her name was Tony Clarks. I remember her name. And she told me, we're doing this certification, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be just a weekend for 3 months, every weekend. why don't you join? You seem like quite interested and you like classes with Chief. I go, no, yeah, sure. So I did it.
3 months.
Yeah, that's what it was, like weekend workshops. We do theory and we do like practical. As in how to teach a group fitness classes. Yani how
It's
do
completely
you set
different,
up
right? From teaching
personal
101,
trainer? Yeah, a lot different. Personal training, it's good also. Personal training goes in depth, as in the body and the anatomy and those kind of things, and special cases and studying everything. Okay, and it's a lot of more in depth. Group fitness is more about coordination, music, the beat, the rhythm, how to lead the class, your personality, how to be present, how to spread your energy, how to get the people's attention. And you're teaching a group.
Yeah.
And you have to, like, they teach you the skills of how to maintain or how to do a group class. Which is like also needs, they're both different, but they both they require skills with training and practice.
Do you think anyone can do it?
Yeah, of course. You just need the skills. And it's something that you learn, you practice, and yeah, why not?
I like that mentality.
Of course.
So what happened after 2003, after the 2 weeks when you started? How was the feedback? And
for me, it was, I wanted to practice.
yeah.
For me, it was like, I just took the certification like a few months ago, واشتطيت. I was like, oh, NASA. And back then, you don't have many trainers doing group fitness. Actually,
especially Kuwaitis.
Yeah. To me, it's like, خل أروح استفيد, and I just don't want to sit at home and do nothing. To me, that's like suicide. I was like, I want to go and practice. But when I went,
that was a good nugget, guys. I don't want to sit home and do nothing because it's suicide.
I can't do. I still can't. ما أدري. I can't. It's impossible for me to just sit and do nothing.
Was that always the case?
Yeah.
Yeah.
ما أعرف أقعد ما أسوي شيء. أحس إنه مرض.
Yeah.
To me.
And a lot of people tell us that. I think boredom is
مو قصدي do nothing as in you have things to do but you want to relax. That's one thing.
Exactly.
بس not having anything in your mind that you're planning on doing ولا challenge ولا شيء to just like you have a goal or something to do the next day. لا, that's deadly. To me it's like you can't survive that way.
Of course.
لا, it's good to relax. I like take time off and relax. But
play with your
not
cats,
to have a plan or just قاعد وانطر. Well, that's what happened. And that's the sad thing الحين ولما أشوف الشباب والبنات لما they graduate من الجامعة and then they go and they're like ها اشتغلتي قدمتي بمكان. She's like قاعدة أنطر. إيش تنطرين؟ ديوان الخدمة يبولي يعطوني وظيفة. And then go do something like something شنو؟ أي شيء. I don't know. خمس الشارع whatever. Anything. Wait at restaurants, do Starbucks, whatever, go anything. Just do something because whatever you do, you're gonna learn something, a skill, whatever it is. But you're gonna learn something. It's better than staying home doing nothing. But it's just sad for some. أكو والله أعرف actually ناس they just like sit and wait for them. Like أحد ينزل عليهم like لقيت لك وظيفة تعال. And then they go and work and they're like why هذه مو وظيفة اللي أبيها. Like yeah well go explore, work at anything أحسن من ولا شيء. Don't waste your time just sitting doing nothing and waiting for something to come to you. You go and find whatever it is.
I love that.
Yeah.
I completely agree with you. And when did you first decide or fall in love with Zumba?
Zumba started in 2008.
2008.
Then, yeah.
That's when you started.
And
who are your main clients that come to your classes?
Like in
general?
Yeah. Women.
Okay.
That's one. Age from kids all the way up to like 60s and 70s. Yeah. Depends. Age group.
So you make them feel a certain way. I'm sure that's why they keep coming to your classes. Do you
Zumba's fun. I've been teaching a lot of group fitness programs, steps and cardio, kickboxing and all the other stuff which are fun. That some of them are also dance fitness. What Zumba did is they actually شوية they broke the rules مالوت الفitness rules. So when you go for fitness fitness certification back then, what they teach you is like the blocks where you have to listen to the music. It's 8 blocks multiplied by 4 and then you have to keep the count. And then the more you practice, you know when to change the move. Then you go by the music. Like the beats, and it has to be 32 counts. But there's a certain routine that all aerobics back then and still are. that they go on that thing.
Okay.
It's a system.
They follow that system.
And
yeah.
with time, you خلاص, when you hear music, when it's a fitness coordinated music, خلاص, you يعني بالسم, you know when to go and flip the move and change the move and stop. You don't even have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever.
That's the traditional.
Yes, that's the system that all aerobics, whatever fitness programs work on. Zumba came in and broke the rule. And then what they did is like, now you go by the song. You listen to the beat of the music. So it doesn't matter if it's an 8 count or 12 count. When the music changes to chorus or whatever, that's when you change the move.
Okay, so it depends on the song.
Yes. ما له علاقة now
Nice.
it's not a 32 count, not like أكو like أكيد system, and all music when you hear them there's always like a
Yeah.
repetition, and there is like a يعني على طول there is some system that
Of course,
the
tempo
song,
يعني,
yes.
yeah.
But it's not like the 32 8 blocks chained blah 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 كذي. No.
You have more freedom.
Yes. Then it's
That's
more
so
dancing.
cool.
But it's more like, oh, I'm dancing, but I'm not counting, and I'm going على الأغنية. But that's why people enjoy it more, and it just kind of like broke that rule of the traditional aerobics that all fitness programs used to work on.
And I think it's more than just the aerobics part. Just letting these women, whether they're young or old, hijab, non-hijab, dance before or never dance before, have an opportunity to shake it.
Yes.
You know, and just express yourself. Ah.
It's amazing لأن يعني I'm so happy in during the last 10 years I've been teaching Zumba هني. يعني some women's lives they transformed.
Wow.
It's not about dancing, it's not about shaking your booty and those kind of
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
one thing, but their life, as in their lifestyle, their mentality, their personality changed.
Say more. I'm very interested.
يعني you get to like see women, they say, oh, من Zumba, my personality really changed. Now I'm outgoing, I have more confidence. I used to be very shy. I used to have like very depressing lifestyle. I didn't know what to do. I used to get bored all the time. I can't join a gym and there's nothing exciting about it. فit's not يعني it's a lot of يعني lot of benefits that they have that transform their life to something better. It's not only يعني just a workout. That's their personal life changed. And you hear a lot of stories. يعني there's countless of like I should do testimonials.
You should.
I do.
You should.
لأن
That's
يعني
amazing.
I get very يعني I am overwhelmed by hearing some women like shown their life really completely changed from just doing Zumba.
You're doing something amazing.
It is, يعني Zumba is amazing, it's fun, but يعني it's a commitment again. I'm not saying I don't have a magic wand to transform people's lives. It's their ability to commit to something, and then if they're willing to change or willing to take that step and I'm doing something غير or something different. I haven't tried. It's their will to change. That's what changes them at the end.
It's their will to change
Yeah,
that changes
يعني I
them.
do my class. يلا مع السلامة, go home. But يعني I'm not into their houses or their personal lives to change that. And I don't know what's going on. They come to me like a year or 2 years after. I'm like, هاي شلونش ما ادري شنو, and then they go, أبوي أنت ما تدري إيش كثر الزومبا غيرتني. أنا صرت إنسانة ثانية. يعني this type of things you get to hear. I'm like, oh, really? Tell me more. I want to know.
Wow.
Yeah, it's يعني you keep hearing that a lot. So I'm like, I'm very happy in that. Like when simple workout can really transform people's lives.
It's like a ripple effect, right?
Yeah.
It's like one thing pulls the other.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, I really believe that if I ever have kids, I would. Dancing is something I think it's not making them dance, it's giving them
The freedom.
the space, creating the right environments for them to be like, what? Dancing is okay, I can move this way, I can look goofy.
I just read, like yesterday, I read this very interesting quote that said, you cannot be a spiritual leader if you don't dance while you stop dancing or shit.
Allah, I love that. I love that.
That makes sense.
I love that.
يعني if you actually go to the يعني spirit, يعني when you get into spirituality and talk about leaders واشياء كذي, and you get to see them like dancing with chanting and drumming وهالاشياء, it's like part of their lives. It's
expressing yourself, moving
and
your
it doesn't
body
matter
freely.
يعني how you move. يعني
on beat, off beat.
Yes, each tribe has their own music and own culture when it comes to dancing واشياء.
Yeah.
It's just like moving your body to a beat.
So
See, that's the beat that she has to
That was the video she was talking about.
Yes.
Good job, Mufasa. That's the cat, by the way.
So yeah, and dancing, I do another class which I call the groove. And groove to me is more like of expressing yourself when it comes to dance. شوية it's different from Zumba, as in Zumba you copy what the instructor does. So it gives you شوية limit where you have to really be following the instructor in front of you in terms of the moves وأشياء هذه. In groove you get more freedom. If I play the music, I show like very, very simple, stupid moves. It's gonna be like 2 steps, step touch, move your arms up, that's it. And then you get to do whatever you want.
Groove.
So like, yeah, so what happens is like the studio turns into a dance floor. It's like you're walking into like a nightclub or something. But there's no one person standing in front and everyone is facing them and following them.
Oh.
We walk around and we move around. And like, you don't have to look at me even. I teach you the move and then I dance on my own and you dance on your own. But we're all doing the same move at the same time.
Wow.
But we look different because everyone has their own life, their own different styles.
That's amazing.
Yeah, groove is one real great.
That's amazing.
But the only thing is like people get شوية like hesitant when it comes to
the beginning.
With the beginning, a lot of people get terrified when I tell them you do it on your own.
Oh.
And they're like, what do you mean?
Oh.
Like just dance. They're like, what do I do?
What does that mean?
Like, I don't know. I taught you like a step touch move. Now do it your way. They're like, but how? You do it and then we copy you. I'm like, no, you're not gonna copy me. I showed you how to do it. Now you're on your own.
Yeah.
And to them, it's like they don't feel comfortable. To them, it's much easier to follow somebody in front of them.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what most people
it's
like
the
doing
easy
in general.
way to do it,
You
yeah.
know, it's like khalas, leave the nest. Now you know
Yep.
how to fly.
And honestly, like after the group class, it just you feel totally different. Like you're
bet.
so.
It's like you're interacting with one each other. You're
Yes.
laughing. You go
Yes.
around. Oh, checking
Exactly.
up each other. And the music, is it the same in groove?
Groove is
Because
like
that's something I would love to have, like with anyone, with my nephews, with
Yeah.
friends. And it's just genius.
Now they have a DVD. It's called Body Groove. You can actually download it online. It's like on your laptop. And Misty Tripoli, she's the creator of Groove.
Okay.
And she just
so
leads
it's a
the
thing,
dance.
huh?
Yeah, it's a program.
Okay, I thought you came up with this.
No. It's called the World Groove Movement.
Okay.
Groove Method for short. But Groove is created by Misty, who she came to Kuwait like 3 times. I brought her here for workshops and master classes.
Wow.
And it's just something very like it's very it's kind of like it frees your soul. Like you feel like you're so free by not caring about how you move. Then I don't look at you. I'm like, no, you have to put the left leg or the right leg. No, you're gonna go this direction or you're gonna go this direction. No, it's just like I don't care where you go. Just do the move. You go backwards, you go front, you go side. I don't care.
And how
which
long
side.
is the class?
It's like an hour class.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of groove.
Time just like goes.
That's
so fast.
interesting. Very
And
interesting.
it's just, the fun part of it is just the playlist depends on what kind of music I like or what kind of music they like. So
Yeah.
it's everything from Latin to pop to disco to reggaeton to I don't know, African rhythm,
To Arabic?
waltz, classic. I tried to put few Arabic. I had it's شوية limited لأن it's very hard to go with the music.
It's the dancing part. I think in Arabic music there are certain genres maybe you can like check.
Yeah. بس يعني الأغاني العربية شوية صعبة when it comes to the repetition مال الرhythm. It's very hard. When you hear Latin, English,
Because
anything,
dancing is not part of that. Do you think
أكو
so?
like a rhythm that goes on and then it repeats and go back. لما تسمع أغاني عربية you're like لحظة wait, like why did you change? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
It goes like without يعني ماكو certain يعني ماكو نظام بالأغنية.
شلون؟
I don't know,
Although
but
يعني they
it's-
dance in weddings for hours, right? And they shake it from what I know and they go
Which
all
weddings?
out. Like women's weddings, right?
They shake it?
They don't?
Which wedding did you go to?
Like Kuwaiti weddings? No?
They really shake it?
Is it really just like today? Because this
Yeah,
is
kind of.
That's what us guys do. I thought you guys had way more freedom. No?
No, they do.
That's the difference. Huh? So that kind of makes sense. Do you
And they
think?
go and they come back and they go and they come back.
Today, man, do you know there's a rule?
يعني مو قصدي الطنز بس sorry يعني عروسنا شوية كئيبة.
They should get some groove in the weddings.
Oh yeah, definitely. I get شوية depressed when I go to weddings.
Yeah?
Really?
Do you think it's because it's not made for dancing? Because some people...
No, it's just they have to groove.
They have to groove.
People, they don't know how to dance. They're like,
Yeah.
they're too like... They're too cautious about like people looking at them. She's wearing this 1000 kg dress and those high heels. She's too scared to ruin her dress. She doesn't want to
Yeah.
sweat. She
Yeah.
want to look يعني, elegant and everything. فيعني, there are too many restrictions. They're not able to even dance.
And I think everybody wants to dance. Deep down
يعني
inside,
بس
like
you know
they-
يعني the sad thing لأن if you go to weddings يعني برا يعني حتى actually go to weddings بالشام لبنانيين سوريين فلسطينيين I think بس بالخليج عندنا we're so like rigid
Strict,
and
yeah.
a little bit boring.
And why do you think that is?
Societies.
Because I remember when I was at work, I used to work with يعني شوية people that are traditional Bedouins, and when I asked them, man, did you ever dance? Like, did you ever, they're 30 years old, 35, did you ever just let go?
Yeah,
Like, express yourself, whether you're alone
they don't
or
know how.
they don't know how. And I think you're right. It does build your confidence.
Well, we still have a taboo لما يعني dancing كلمة أنا I always say this كلمة dancing بالعربي رقص.
Yeah.
كلمة رقص كان كلمة عيب. لما حد يقول أبي شفتها ترقص. قاعد ترقص؟ يا خرابي ايش قاعد تسوي؟
الرقاصة.
رقاصة. like يعني الكلمة نفسها عيب. like أبي قاعد ترقص أبي رقاصة؟
رقصته؟
يعني قاعد ترقص بالشارع أبي. ما ذبحت أحد. She was just dancing. فيعني it's still like we still have that look in the dancing أو الرقص أو رقص كلمة رقص كانها كلمة عيب.
Yeah.
فيعني people in their heads like we're not supposed to be dancing in public. Dancing ساعات يعني at a certain age they probably love to see their kids dancing. At a certain age they're like عيب لا ترقصين قدام فلان وفلان عيب لا ترقصين قدام you know.
Oh my God.
And then girls, especially girls I'm talking about لأن these are my clients, they grow up feeling إن يعني أكيد إن where do I dance? يعني I grew up saying إن إحنا عيب عندنا نرقص بالبيت قدام إخوانك قدام عيال عمك قدام.
And do you think you see that in your classes? Like, if women never been to your Zumba class and they go for the first time, they're like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's okay. Everybody, nobody's looking at me.
Yeah, they do get very self-conscious
I
a
bet.
lot. يعني I get a lot of يعني especially when I first started, a lot of the women they come and they're like, do you give private classes? I'm like, private Zumba يعني how many are you? They're like, well, like me and my friend we're two. I'm like, Zumba with two people, that's so boring. يعني Zumba's like a party, the more people the more fun.
Yeah.
And she goes إيه بس إحنا نستحي فشلة ناس يطالعوني وأنا أرقص. I'm like, but everybody else is dancing. You're not gonna be the only one. Like 25 people around you who are dancing, but they feel so self-conscious and she doesn't feel comfortable being in a room where everyone is dancing. So they want like a private one-on-one. I'm like, sorry, يعني بس I'm gonna get so bored just looking at you both dancing. It's not gonna work.
Plus, it'll be way more awkward if it's just two.
Exactly. I'm like, and Zumba, يعني it's just. يعني it's crazy energy, it's screaming, it's a lot of things. فيعني you don't want to do that with only two people in the.
Yeah. Because I remember when I used to go to salsa classes and I used to tell friends how amazing it was.
Yes,
And when I used to tell them, guys, come. They're like, what? No, what do you mean? Me? Dancing? استغفر الله اروح هناك دشور يطالعون everybody.
مع بنات؟
تمسك من هنا وترقص ياها. I mean, it does seem يعني certain people shouldn't go to these classes. Let's just put it this way, right?
Well, it's يعني
like I don't think let's just
يعني dance يعني you know لما تشوف أغاني القديمة يعني أغاني الكويتية القديمة women and men used to dance normal يعني حتى okay you can certain well they used to mix عادي بس they keep saying إنه لا مو كل من كان يرقص قدام يعني حتى العروس أول كان حريم بروح وكذي يعني ما كان في وايد mix على قولتكم بس still يعني it used to be a normal thing to dance it wasn't like a taboo it wasn't like حرام it wasn't عيب اللي ترقص كيفها بس بعدين عاد like
بعدين شنو صار؟
دش السياسة well there was this wave and everything صار حرام وكل شيء صار عيب والناس قامت تخاف تسوي أي شيء يعني الحين even if you have الحين actually I can see more people like being more open about dancing and having fun and being more يعني integrating dance into their lives, but they're so afraid of what other people will tell them. يعني they still want to do it undercover, they still don't want people to see them. But I feel الحين شوي it's getting there. يعني we're getting at least to a part where we have يعني الشباب والبنات مالت الهيب هوب which they go on stage and perform بشهيد بارك وما ادري وين بلابا. They're doing an amazing job when it comes to dancing. And it's شوي it's getting there. يعني it's becoming شوي normal for people to see بنات وشباب dancing in a professional way at least. يعني we're not saying even salsa dancing and being too close to each other, but at least just dance.
You see, it's tricky because I think this really affects our psyche when it comes to approaching the other gender. يعني هي مو بس dancing. Dancing is like the 10th step of you. If you're not able to go and talk to somebody in the beginning, let alone hold their hands and dance, that's so scary. You know what I mean? عيب تمسك ايده وترقصوا مع بعض. Yesterday I was talking to Muhammad Akwa. We were talking about how you're not allowed to stand up when you're watching a performance here. You're not allowed to literally, if you're watching somebody singing, you're not allowed to
that's the maximum you can do.
That's it.
Yeah, like if I'm on a classic music show, whatever, okay, I can understand. I will just be, it's a classic music, fine.
Yeah. If it's an opera.
But if you're like, and we went to this one of the الثمانينات العرض مال شو اسمه, the one that they did, it's so much fun. يعني
really?
أغاني, yeah, it's like all the 80s Kuwaiti songs. فالجيل اللي عاش the 80s, you'll be like so يعني mesmerized with all the music and the songs مالوت أول, and you can't help but then like move your body, like you just want to get up and dance. بس
no, sit down.
Actually the security will come to you and tell you to sit down.
Wow.
The same thing that happens in Shahid Park. يعني in Shahid Park they do a lot of performances. You're not allowed to even get up and just move your body a little bit. All you can do is just clap, or the security people will come and يعني حرام, the security are following the rules. They're like انتوا قعدوا هنا, إذا شفتوا أحد يوقف ويرقص روحوا قعدوا. لأن عيب, لازم أحد يرقص.
Yeah.
Well, let people have fun. يعني.
Do you think this will change?
I hope.
Yeah.
Well, there has to be like a revolution kind of a thing. Like somebody just have to like, you know what?
Not like. What's the why?
The crime of dancing in public.
Why are you in here for? What are you in here for? I danced in public. Oh, that's hilarious. So you're right. What's the worst that could happen? I mean,
مش إنه قانون or something. Like, didn't you like hear those one of the stories إن موظف ما أدري وين بأي شركة ما أدري بأي حكومة انتشر فيديو حقه وهو قاعد يرقص ما أدري وين, like in public. And then they're like تم التحقيق مع هذا الموظف ما أدري شنو.
No way.
والله they do that.
No.
Well, I don't know if
way.
they literally يعاقبونه or just like عشان يسكتون الناس يقولون حققنا معاه وانفصلنا من الشركة.
That's hilarious. I would love to be that guy. I swear to God, like if I got in trouble for dancing, oh my God, like I would love the process.
Nobody can fire.
I would love the process. Like I won't stop until they hold me up. Like this is still going. What are you gonna do? We can't stop the music.
Like احنا نأسف الخلل الفني ظهر كان تحت مخدرات وأشياء.
Are you kidding me?
عقله مو معاه, عنده كرت.
وهذا اللي قاعد يتكلم حد شاد he never moved in his life.
Yep.
It's sad.
They'll find something in you. They'll be like مصاحي مسكين حرام في شيء عقله مو معاه.
I mean, that happens to me a lot. I mean, I dance at the car. Wallah, I dance at the car a lot. I'm doing like that, and I'm bent. All the people around me are like, "This dude is crazy." And, you know, I mean, I'm having way more fun than you guys.
I ما أدري بس I think أكو شيء إنه يعتبر كأشياء مخلة بالآداب if you dance in public or something. Yeah. يعني the police have the right to come to you and tell you you have to stop dancing whatever you are. I think there is some kind of like قانون أو شيء.
Wow.
They tell them not to dance.
Wow, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Although it was different, you're right. Back in the day, it was completely different. I know my dad told me about the 70s and how it was open and things just changed with time, huh?
Mm-hmm. But hopefully, شوي شوي.
But صدقين ما توقعت that you're very passionate about dancing. Like, it's amazing. You.
Me? Dancing is a way of living. If you don't dance, you're dead.
Wow.
To me, it's like if you can't express yourself with movement, and it doesn't have to be a professional dance. That's what people think. Oh, ما أعرف أرقص. It's not about أعرف أرقص or you don't have to know how to dance.
Exactly.
It's about moving your body. Just that's it. And this is what I keep telling women. Like I'm like, if you're stressed out, if you feel like depressed, if you had so much issues at home, fights with your husband, your kids are driving you crazy, do this. Go to your room, lock the door, put your speaker on, your iPhone, whatever. Play any music that you like, that you love, and just dance for 5 minutes. Just do that. Call me after and tell me how you feel. That's all. And I'll guarantee you 100% that you're gonna feel better. Just do that. And I don't care how you dance. It doesn't have to be a music that you know the moves for, nothing. Just move your body in a crazy way. Like nobody's watching you. You're all alone. No one is looking at you.
Nobody's gonna judge you.
No.
Just do it.
Yeah. And you can see like, we have, I have to say this, Lana, you can tell like from my classes, and I've been doing this for over 10 years, especially in Zumba, and it's a dance. So women are, حتى their bodies are so rigid. They're not capable of also moving their hips or just letting loose of their shoulders. They're very strict. They're not used to those movements. Not doing this on daily basis or even like just mentally letting go of your body, it just restricts you when it comes to physical movement. You can see how rigid they are. Like they're so strict with their hips, and we're women, like we're supposed to be able to move their head with our hips. And that's the wonderful thing about belly dancing. And belly dancing للأسف like ترقص شرقي.
Yeah, that has a really bad reputation. You're right.
But women would love to come to a class if you do belly dance.
Women
They're like,
would love to dance.
رقص شرقي. I'm like, no, I don't know how to.
And because it's something that's, I don't know, but maybe correct me if I'm wrong, it's considered something sacred and taboo for them to learn for somebody. You can't learn belly dancing unless you want to show your husband or you want to do it.
No,
for
but
somebody.
back then belly dance started as was like a therapeutic kind of a movement for women after giving birth.
Really?
Yes, I think it's either like Then what happens is like you're moving your pelvis the whole time, so that really strengthens the hips, so strengthens your pelvis and all the muscles around that area. That's kind of like that's how it started, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody told me that story. In ancient days, where women started moving, as in the belly dance movement with the hips, that's how they started it. And woman has to be able to move her pelvis. That flexibility and mobility with hips and the pelvis is required for women to be able to control her muscles, to be able
hold
to strengthen.
the baby.
Yeah, after giving birth. That really strengthens the abs with all the muscles down there after giving birth. It was more of like a movement for women to be stronger and be healthier.
Did you guys listen to that?
Yeah, and then the sad thing is like, okay, fine, we don't like صار بعدين كباريهات وما أدري شنو مصر blah 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 كان هذا بس this is like going to the Lido in Paris. Okay, men, they go there for a show.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean you cannot do it at home or you cannot teach and learn it and dance it and enjoy it. It's an art. It's very hard. It's an amazing dance, and I love belly dance. Like I watch them, like, how does she do that?
How do you isolate that
exactly
section?
Isolation muscles of that. حتى men when they do belly dance, I'm like, I don't like watching men belly dancing. I'm like, it's a woman thing. But at the same time, I'm like, damn, how can they do all that?
It's hard.
How can they move their pelvis? Like, we're women, like it's more easier for us. I don't know, but sometimes like guys, they do it better than women, and you'll be like.
I saw a video a couple of weeks ago of a guy.
Exactly. Can you see that like isolation of the muscles?
I'm like,
and can you like imagine how his muscles, the coordination and
he
the
looks
strength?
pretty tired after that.
I know.
Like it was a lot of work.
Health-wise, it's amazing to have that control of like different muscles in your whole parts.
I think it even allows you to get to know your body.
Oh yeah.
So like when you're constantly using your body, right? So when you're walking, when you're speaking, when you're presenting, when you're teaching, when you're working, you're constantly using your body, you're interacting.
It's an expression.
Yeah, so when you're dancing, it's gonna go into your nonverbal communication too, because you're constantly communicating, right? Whether you're talking or not talking through your body. So I think that allows you to build a relationship with,
of course,
how you
with your
move.
Confidence, like حتى to boost your confidence. The ability to be able to dance in front of whoever, whatever. It's like you're like, who cares?
That's confidence.
I don't care how you look at me.
I think that's.
I love what I'm doing.
That's the, because there's situated identity, right? Where people are confident in certain environments more than others. So you could see a fitness instructor or a gym trainer who the gym maybe is his playground. If you take him to a corporate environment, he might be like. So I think dancing is the ultimate Yeah,
You can do it all.
خلاص. Hey, he's like, I don't care.
dance, you can
Hey, he'll start dancing while he's wearing his clothes. Like,
Yeah.
I want to create like a video of me dancing everywhere and you dance through your day. So imagine you're in bed, you start dancing. You get up, you go brush your teeth, you're dancing. You go to the car, you just can't stop
Yes.
the entire thing.
Keep the music going, like it's fun. You can't stop dancing. It's just like يعني, and do it with the music that you like. There has to be some kind of rhythm and music that you love. And stick to that. You don't have to go and explore something that you don't force it onto yourself. Follow what your body moves to and loves to move to. يعني it's
an
very
amazing
easy.
tip.
It's not that hard. Arabic, Ingilesi, Hindi, whatever, just move.
That's
Even
an
with,
amazing-
like a drum, like some people say, يعني I used to get emails where I had women emailing me and saying, "Can you do Zumba without music?" I'm like, what?
Do you
Can you
even
say
know?
that again?
I don't think they know Zumba to ask that question.
They do actually, best to them. حرام الموسيقى.
Oh my
I had
God.
I have a few of those emails, not few, couple, handful,
Wow.
for the last 10 years.
Yeah?
And I'm like, it doesn't work. يعني Zumba is music. No music, no Zumba.
Exactly. They're connected.
Okay, fine. You don't want the music? Find the beat. Don't call it Zumba, but find any beat that you like. Because I think like drumming واشياء مو حرام. I think.
صح.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
آلات وترية.
that's what I
think
tell
so
them.
too, yeah.
Like find any whatever طاولة طار دمبك اللي هو any drum and just go with the beat and dance to that rhythm. Just move your body. I don't care if you don't like music. Fine. If you think it's haram, fine. Just dance.
Yeah.
Dancing is not haram, madri. يعني I never heard that. If they want Zumba do music, that makes sense. So dancing.
I'm dying to see their faces after they, like, people who are over 60 and 50 who have been rigid all their lives and they just finished a groove, well, they just finished a...
It's amazing. Yeah, I get women
bet.
like different ages up to like 70 something. And,
Wow.
And my groove class, yes.
70s.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Look at that.
Actually, a new program that's developed by the Groove Method, the same people who created the Groove, Misty. It's called Young at Heart. And it's those couples, they're based in New York, Yvonne, and I forget her partner's name. And they're like, both of them like, I think like late 70, early 80.
Wow.
I think Yvonne, she's 80 something. They've both been dancers in their previous lives, like in Broadway, Madri Wayne. And now they discovered the groove, and they decided to do groove, Young at Heart groove. It's like for people at their age, 70 and plus. And they just do those all these songs from their generation, and they do those simple moves, very simple moves to dance, and it's online.
That is genius.
Yeah, and they're the cutest couples that you can see them dancing. They're always like smiling and happy. I'm like, I want to be just like them when I grow
God, what's up with that? As soon as you see, I think now we see so much unhappiness around us that when we see an old couple holding hands, we're like, oh, I want that when I'm old.
and they're smiling.
And they're smiling.
Yeah.
Ugh, I love
Yeah,
it. My
we
dad-
have like I don't like grumpy people. People who don't smile, they're not my friends.
Yeah.
I don't like people who can't smile.
Yeah, smiling is very therapeutic.
Mm-hmm.
I completely agree with that. Like laughing and smiling
And dancing.
and dancing, or laughing while dancing. That's
Laughing
like
while-
double the
Laughing
dose.
at yourself. This is what I tell them. Like, if you want to laugh at yourself, laugh at yourself. That's fine.
That's a beautiful, beautiful.
But in group, like
philosophy.
this is what we do. Like when you start laughing at yourself, and you're the only one who's laughing at yourself, that means you're feeling so unconscious that you're trying to just laugh so you can feel more like okay with it. So if you keep doing it repetitively, يعني على طول, you're fine. Like that's gonna be a little awkward.
Yeah.
It's okay to laugh at yourself at the beginning. But like with time, it should be normal because nobody else is looking at you or paying attention to why you're laughing.
Yeah.
But you are like كأن أنا خايفة or like I'm feeling terrified and I'm laughing to cover that up. فيعني you just have to let go. Like even if you laugh because you're on your own in group class, nobody's looking at you. You're gonna look silly at the end.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think laughing at yourself, it's in a lot of things in life, and you know,
Which is great. At
which
times
is great.
like you have
And
to
it's
laugh.
sometimes when you make a mistake, you just want to just be like, Just laugh at
Yeah.
yourself and we're like, this was hilarious.
But when it comes to dancing, the people like laugh because they feel like they look silly and they're like شكلي يضحك عرفت يعني that's
Yeah.
like okay خلاص okay شكلي يضحك nobody cares move on like شكلي يضحك the whole time like who cares
Exactly.
we all شكلنا يضحك
Exactly.
I don't care about how you look like,
Nobody
just-
cares.
no
Nobody cares.
no people think always like they've been watched هالمشكلة عندنا هني even in Zumba class like the woman can like بس ما أدري فشلة قاعد طالعني وناس يطالعوني ووادم I'm like do you think they care they're so like into themselves in the mirror they don't even like if I don't know إذا الدبابة مشت وراهم they won't pay
Exactly.
attention to that either.
Exactly.
Yeah like if you think people are looking at you that's your problem because they're not
And think of this in a bigger picture. So let's think of how much we care about what others think about everything we do in our lives. شوف غطت وين وين ابلش
if we can just get rid of that one thing كان الناس صارت عالم ثاني.
بيقولون انا ادرب رقص انا مدرسة رقص.
Oh yeah, that started with me in the beginning.
With who? With your family or everybody else?
No, my family عطاف عادي. They were cool with it. They never like we used to dance the whole time بيتنا. When we were kids,
Nice.
that's all we did. Like أخوي كان عنده these إيش اسمه Akai stereos like big huge speakers and they're
Oh, yeah?
in our living room. Oh yeah, he had like 30.
It was groove all day, huh?
Like we have like 350 Stwana like vinyl
No
records.
way.
We still have them. So we grew up like in a dancing environment. Like we always danced. This is what we do when we gather مع our cousins actually. So I grew up like in a which is like يعني I'm thankful for that and I'm grateful and I was the youngest. So it all depends على your elderly siblings what they used to do and you follow them.
Yep.
And we used to play music and dance the whole time. فما كلش we never had هذا العيب ولا لا ترقصون or something. It never existed in our whole house. We used to enjoy it.
I remember I used to go to birthday parties when I was young, and my friend, his mom is Bolivian.
Yeah.
And Latin families or the Latin communities, they don't teach you how to salsa. You just know how to dance. It's just part of their community. These kids were like 5 and 6 years old, and they were performing. I salsa performing in front of us. We were kids. We were like, we barely knew how to dance, you know, and they were killing it. So you're right. I think the culture, the family, the house you were raised in. My dad used to teach salsa in the 70s. I think. That's my dad.
No
right there.
way!
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so he really, and he still believes in his head that he is the best dancer in the world. Like he's like,
That is so much fun.
Yeah. So when it comes to dancing, I completely understand what you're saying at home. You know, I even have a picture of him like dropping a girl.
No
down,
way.
You know, yeah. I'll try to
I want to
find
meet
it
your dad.
later on. Yeah.
Talk about the 70s. That is so much fun.
You think so? Back in the 70s, how was it with their afros,
ما أدري.
and their jeans? عرفتي
You have to ask him.
Yeah, we saw
كان
pictures.
بالكويت؟ ولا
Yeah,
used to live
بالكويت.
abroad؟
Kuwait.
كان بالكويت.
They studied in America,
They
but they
used-
lived in Kuwait.
And they used to do salsa.
No, in America, he did salsa.
هني لا.
They did parties. Yeah, they used to party in
dance.
Kuwait. Oh yeah.
That's what I want to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Let's dig in. Like,
Oh
طلع.
yeah, bro. You kidding me? They used to party in Kuwait, and dancing I think was part of every weekend. And it's not just my parents, surprisingly. I spoke to people at work. This Nigerian guy, he's like, back in the day, now he's a mullah. Back in the day, I used to skip work every Thursday and Friday, and
Go
I used to go
party.
party. This guy used to be the best DJ. They used to call me, and I had my
We're starting
speakers.
clean.
I don't know. I think he still likes it. أحط له أغاني مرات طالعة
Of course.
It's like, I know you want to. I know you want to shake it. Come on. Do it.
You can't resist it. It's in your blood.
You can't unknow that, you know, and if you know that you love dancing.
You all, يعني I think it's just natural. Like this is what we always say. Like newborn babies. What's the first thing that they would move on? Do any beat, do any clap, and once they hear the music, يعني unconsciously their body was gonna move. Like you see those videos of babies like shaking their booty to the rhythm or stuff. This is the first things that babies learn. They go by rhythm, like the beat and everything. That's what they catch, and the body moves without even teaching them. So it comes like naturally. It's like it's an innate thing. To me, dancing is not something you have to really like يعني learn and take classes or be so great about it. It's just letting go.
That's so cool to know that.
Yeah.
It is something.
It is
natural.
like I did. You know, it's surprising. Like I did. I'm a Paul Chek holistic lifestyle coach. So Paul Chek is an institute, and he's very like spiritual, but he's like very into health and being approaching health in a holistic way, where you have to connect the body, the mind, the soul, and everything else, and food, and we talk about exercising and everything. But one thing they never skip, or he never not mention in any of his lectures, is never stop dancing and chanting. Like even when we did the workshops and the trainings with him, he has those musics that he goes with Dr. Happy and Dr. I don't know what and Dr. That, I forgot even the songs. He does songs with those doctors that he created, the 4 doctors for the holistic health
I absolutely
coaching.
love
So we have Dr.
that.
Diet, Dr. Happiness, Dr. Movement, and Dr. Quiet. So for us to memorize it, he does like music and chanting, and we go with the whole group in the training and we sing, so I can remember.
Where's
Now I
this
don't
institute?
remember.
Can I join this institute?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
do
Paul
they
Chek Institute.
Paul Check
Yeah.
and dancing, diet, lifestyle, silence is part of their.
And he loves to dance. Like he goes with his riddle. He has those. He's like he's a shaman, or he has roots like Indian American things, and to him.
Can you tell them what a shaman is?
It's
Is
like
it-
the ancient Indian, شو اسمه, like medicinal. I don't know what. Like I don't know what they call them. I'm not very. شو اسمه.
I thought shamans are the ones that
They heal
are
people
they
and
heal
they use-
people.
yeah.
They're in the Amazons that they do. Yeah.
Well, there are certain places where you go to get like shaman practices and get certified. It's very big in the States, يعني.
Yeah.
And there's the certifications and stuff that you have to go through if you want to really become a professional يعني shaman. Shamanism is a huge science, يعني. But again, it's like goes under the holistic. People have to be very spiritually open-minded.
So when you say holistic, you mean seeing the body as a whole.
Yeah.
So when you want to treat the body, you don't treat
No.
each organ.
It's not exercise and diet.
It's not exercise and diet. It's your entire body.
It starts with any.
It starts from your head. So that's something you're really into too that a lot of people might not know.
Yeah, I love.
And me and you, I remember, spoke about gut health and bacteria and
And these are where I learned those things from. It's all from Paul Chek's يعني, learnings, or seminars and talks, or workshops, which yeah.
And how do you think this impacts a person's life overall? And knowing these,
You have to know them, and you cannot take one part of the body and treat it as a problem. There's no one thing that is disconnected from anything else in our body. Even my toenail is connected to everything else in my body. You break your toenail and everything else hurts. You're gonna scream, or something happens. Yeah, it's a connection of everything. Our body's like so connected. يعني the one thing that I always, it still is for يعني مثلا people who are overweight and they're trying to lose weight. The only thing that they do is diet, exercise, diet, exercise, diet, exercise.
and when it comes to
doesn't
diet,
work.
it's low.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
They keep doing it over and over and over again. It doesn't work. What else is going on with your life? How is your stress? Do you sleep well? What kind of food do you eat? This is not only the diet. I want to know the source of the food that you eat. Are you managing your stress well? Are you doing what you love? Do you have a goal in your life? Do you have a vision? What are you working for? Are you waking up every day feeling energetic and you have something to work for? How is your relationship with your wife, with your husband, with your kids? Yani it's all connected with everything else. How is your digestion? How many times do you poop a day? How healthy is your poop? Gases, bloating, allergies,
Burping.
everything. Like
Right.
it's a list of a lot of things to know exactly why the diet and exercise is not working for you. That's not the solution. The problem comes from something else. Are you addicted to food? Are you an emotional eater? What's causing you to be an emotional eater? What's going on in your life? What kind of troubles? What kind of trauma? What kind of abuse have you been to? People, they don't connect to their childhood. They don't think like something that happened 30 years ago could affect them when they're in their 50s and 60s. They think they're just forgetting about it is just out of their system. Every cell in your body remembers every trauma you've been in your life. It's stored in your cells.
Wow.
So يعني it's a lot of يعني it's a huge checklist. But يعني it just gave me more awareness to understand how our body works and how valuable when you talk about healthy people, and we're talking about health in general, it's not only about looking slim and going to the gym and being able to lift I don't know how many kgs of doing squats and all these kind of things. No.
Or wanting a six-pack.
Yeah. And that's what the thing I love about Polchek is like when he talks to you, he's very authentic and he talks about like things that he lived and he went through as a holistic practitioner when he dealt with hundreds of people and treating them. And I like it when like sometimes he makes fun of those big bulky guys and he comes with the digestion issues, like he's all this bodybuilding and he looks tough and he's very strong. And then he comes to him like with issues of digestion and he's like, yeah, well, I need to see your poop. Now tell me how healthy you are. Exactly.
That's your product.
To him is like, this is what I need to see to know what kind of diet you're eating. That's why you feel like crap. That's why you're feeling fatigued. That's why your muscles are so tensed. That's why you have issues with your chronic pain. It doesn't matter how...
Brain fog.
Yeah.
Indecisive. I remember 15 years ago, I used to have a dog. I used to take it to trainer, and I used to go to this place, all right? And I remember seeing a dog's poop covered. And I asked, I was like, why the hell is that there, you know? And then he said, the owner of these dogs said, I want to see their poop. That's how I'll know if they're healthy or not. Yeah. And that really stuck to my head. You know, so that really, if you think about it, that's the product of your body. If there's something wrong with the product, there's something wrong with the body.
That's everything that goes from your mouth all the way out to your anus. There's something wrong with that, that means there's something going on all the way from here all the way down. So I want to know.
Yeah, and allergies. I mean, Anna, I'm just getting into this holistic and getting to know my digestive system and what to eat, what not to eat. It's very, very tricky, you know?
It is.
Because you do like a lot of, like even when it comes to probiotics, you know, I was talking to my doctor and he said it's not about just taking probiotics because you don't want to increase the population of certain bacteria that you don't need there.
You need to know what strain you need.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What strains do you need and just focus on those. Or some other doctors will tell you, let's wipe out everything now, the good and bad, and start building a new population again. You know, that's another approach. And people ask, so who needs probiotics? Everyone who took antibiotics in their lives, everyone who's eating crappy food that has like, when you say crappy food, a lot of people think fast food. It's not.
No.
Exactly.
It's sugary, candy,
dairy,
sodas, dairy, all those processed dairy cheeses that are not even cheese.
Cheese is not good for us? Milk is not good for us?
Not all. I drink milk and I drink cheese, but not any kind of milk and cheese.
Yeah, like goat cheese or drink.
Like when I go to Jam'iyya and I see cheese that is left out in the shelf, not even refrigerated, does that make sense that it's a cream cheese? I'm not even talking about hard cheese. Hard cheese can be stored into room temperature. بس cream كيري cheese. كيري ما ينحط بالثلاجة يحطونه برا على الشلفز.
واو.
هالمربعات. مال يهال.
في مثلثات
ينحط برا. I'm like, how can you eat this? It's not even cheese. I don't know what it is. It's something that's made taste like cheese, but it's not. It can't be stored outside. لازم ثلاجة. إذا شو ما يخيس إذا ما ينحط بالثلاجة.
And also vegetables, salads, pesticides, fungicides, all of these things that they do affect us, right?
There has been a lot of controversial debate and a lot of things that's going on with
organic, non-organic food.
Yeah, a lot of studies they say, oh, there's no difference, blah, blah, blah. But at the end, you don't want to get too obsessed about these things at the same time. If it's an available choice, if it's something that I can afford and it's available to me, then great, I will have it. Yeah. It's an option, it's a great option. If it's not, I'm not going to starve myself and not eat vegetables and fruits because they are not organic. That's another thing. You have to show a balance. I cannot also be too rigid or too which we have some extremes now. We have a lot of extremes actually now.
Yeah.
Like if it's not organic, you should not eat it. If it's not madri,
0 to 100.
Okay, sometimes you do it, sometimes you don't. Balance is shway. I'll do my best 80% of the time, but sometimes that's not available, or I can't afford it, or it's not just there. Fine, I can compromise this way. As an Anna, personally, I definitely go with organic as a first choice. بس الحين حتى organic is not all organic. حتى organic صار فيه a lot of fraud, a lot of things. But you want to make sure it's clean. And we're just talking about the vegetables مثلا. when I find a local source that can't, like, I trust them enough to tell me it's organic, fine. Give it to me. It's local, it's organic, it's clean, it tastes great. I'll have that.
Tastes great.
Yeah. If it's something I can afford, great. If I can't, I'll روح الجمعية, well, I'll buy whatever there is يعني. يعني the debate is always long, and you can يعني I would say at the end you do your research and then find out what's in your head you're convinced with. If you don't believe organic tomatoes taste better than non-organic, then great. يعني just whatever I cook, so for me it's like I tell people, like, out of my experience, in my opinion, this is what I think, and this is what I tested. An organic tomato most of the time will taste much better than a non-organic. فيعني I always tell them مثلا fruits, berries, get a non-organic and get organic. The non-organic will stay in my fridge for like a week. There's not even anything like شنو جديد. Why? The organic one will last like 3 days and then gets rotten.
Yeah.
But why? They're like, but you save money on that one, it stays longer. It doesn't spoil.
Yeah.
I know, but يعني I keep thinking of like, okay, there must be something in this that's not in this.
Yeah, pesticides.
Exactly. فمعني, okay, what does pesticide do? Does that kill us?
No.
There's a certain limit.
Yeah.
Okay, is it safe?
Oh, you mean like if they put it on vegetables? Yeah.
There's a certain limit of that. If it is ingested, it's like of safe limits. If it's above the safe limits,
and my
then
doctor
it's
was saying
dangerous.
about certain countries that are more strict than others when it comes to pesticides.
Oh yeah.
So
Europe.
you can get Europe, they're way more strict, and you can get an apple that could last for a month, and it's still shiny and beautiful, like a green apple, and you're so confused.
يعني إيش دعوة يعني.
It's
It's meant to be rotten at time. يعني ما أدري. So sometimes it's just like you have to use your
overall,
head.
so this, you're not only doing these things for the sake of the environment, you're doing it for the sake of you feeling, looking, living healthier or better.
I would love to see a day where everyone is not using fungicides and pesticide and everything is clean and everything is organic and everyone is happy. أكيد يعني.
Yeah.
Save the environment, save the animals. I'm not vegan or vegetarian. بس يعني قصدي. I mean, we don't have to use all those chemicals and shitty stuff in our food.
Yeah.
I wish, but it's not. Reality says it's very hard to do it.
You're right.
The awareness is coming there. I hope sooner or later, يعني شوي شوي, those big huge companies kind of like will شوي يستوعبون and they're killing people. There will always be greedy people. There will always be money involved and politics and all those kind of things. It's all monopolized and it's all like يعني فيعني you can't control هالأشياء. يعني what can I do?
But honestly, I'm so surprised and excited of what's happening here in Kuwait. And hopefully it's not just one of those hebbas that's happening, but the awareness, the commitment, like I told you before the show, the subscription I just did with these people. I was so surprised of the quality and the quantity and the amount of information they know about the pesticides. So I asked them, I was like, is your food organic? And then they broke down everything.
Yeah.
They were like, the type of pesticides we use, they're not synthetic, they're organic, but so when the plant is injured, we use this. I was like, sold.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing.
You trust them.
I trust them.
trust, and they know how to, يعني they are informative about these things and they don't mind sharing the information when you ask. So you kind of like build that trust and they're like, you know what, even if it's not organic, I like those people. And it tastes good. And it's clean and I like it, so yeah, bring it on. And there is like يعني حرام, it's also the other guys that I'm telling you, Sharq Organic, they do the same thing. And this is how I met them in one of those markets. And there were two guys, Kuwaiti guys, and I was like, شنو ايش حاجة تسمون روحكم Sharq Organic? Is that organic? And they kept talking and then we were explaining and back and forth and blah 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 blah. And at the end, you know what? Like, I trust you guys.
Yeah.
And they care about this. Like, you can see their passion and they know what they're talking about. Yeah. That's great. I know مشكلة يعني it's gonna take time. Boat market, when they first started, that was their main objective, and to encourage farmers, local farmers.
Really?
Yes. That was the first idea. I hope you can interview them when they know for.
Who are they?
Budur.
Budur?
Yeah, Budur Gassar and Say. They're like the boat market creators. And that's when they did the first one, Barraya, the very first one, 6 years ago. And to them, that was the idea to encourage farmers, actually. But شوية, it was very hard. It was hard on the farmers. At the same time, it was hard on them. لأن they couldn't get enough people to participate, and there were like a couple of them that stayed. يعني للحين they're probably 4 or 5, or there's like a little bit more.
Especially if it's 6 years ago, huh?
Yeah, فit didn't really work as idea then to شوية make it more like a farmer's market. شيء صار نوع الحين قوت market. It's like it's just a market.
Yeah.
But initially it was the idea of encouraging farmers actually. And there's like other initiative they started doing also this. They wanted to do the same thing, Arjan. Maybe they'll do it this year, Madri. They did like for a month or so last year, where they had only farmers. But it was very small. This was great. That's how I met a lot of those farmers who, the other guys who are passionate about their farms or growing local or organic stuff.
Yeah. So what do you think of what's happening in Kuwait in terms of the entrepreneurial scene, in terms of the awareness, the health awareness movement, in terms of the youth?
Well, Madri, I don't know.
Do you think it's there's hope for everybody dancing one day?
Dancing one day, I hope so.
Yeah.
Madri, I don't go out much, but I don't know what's going on.
She doesn't. She doesn't. When she came here, I was like, thank God, طلعنا Rana من بيت. It's like I haven't drove my car for 2 days.
Yeah, I even order my groceries, everything at home.
Groceries, everything. She has her studio at home. So give us a rough estimate of what do you do when you wake up. I would like to know your day, Rana. Like, what do you go through? What do you do?
I wake up. Sometimes I have classes in the morning, so I wake up and get ready for the class.
What time do you wake up?
Around 7. Sometimes earlier. It depends.
Okay.
It depends on how late I sleep the night before. But it's usually around 7 I'm up. And then like I drink my water. That's the first thing I do. So I have my big jug of 500 mils of warm water. And then if I'm hungry, I'll do some breakfast. If not, then I'll just wait.
Yeah.
If I have to teach a class, then I'll go teach my class. Check emails and stuff like that. At 1 we have lunch with my aunt. بالضبط every day at 1 p.m. lunch is there. And then I carry on doing things. Play with my cats. I cook. Read some books. Do some tasks. يعني do some work here and there. Teach class, go back.
Okay, I love what we spoke about today, honestly, Annie. I love dancing. I swear to, and I didn't think that we're gonna talk about dancing this much.
Yeah.
You know? So I really appreciate you coming here and sharing these amazing tips with us. Is there something we didn't cover? Is there something we could?
You had the questions. You should check your
There's
notes.
no questions.
Yeah, any questions, no?
It's just a note. It looks as a very empty note.
Very empty note.
So I really didn't think that dancing is this big in your life. I really didn't think. I thought Zumba, because I spoke to Zumba instructors, I spoke to fitness instructors. They never talked even, and I really believe
They never talked about
dancing this much, like as passionately as you do. Your eyes, like.
Well, Zumba is dancing. What it is then?
Yeah.
If it's not dancing, it's nothing.
I completely agree.
Yani when they first started Zumba, they did promote it as a fitness program, but it's not really fitness. It's more of dancing. That's why now they created Strong by Zumba. That's the fitness.
Yeah.
And that's like high intensity workout.
So that's the workout part of Zumba, huh?
Yeah. But Zumba itself, it's supposed to be a dance. But يعني, Zumba is like one of the most successful programs out there ever, I think, in the world. I don't think any other program يعني, became as popular and as famous worldwide. Millions of people go to Zumba classes every single day. Hundreds and thousands of instructors worldwide. Yani they're spread around the globe. It's amazing. I don't think any other fitness program, even if it's not real fitness, but it's dancing. People transformed, amazing. People lost a lot of weight. People started loving going to the gym because of Zumba. That's another thing. Like one thing also that transformed in a lot of my students and my ladies is they did not love the gym. They had no any intention to go to a gym and work out or feel committed to even go and work out. So just starting Zumba, that gave them, like, opened the door for them to start going to the gym. So a lot of them, like whoever started with me very long time ago, like 8-7 years ago, and they never stopped. Like even if I don't see them, they don't come to my classes, but they're still working out somewhere else. So like it just gave them that awareness about their health, how movement changes their health, how they have to maintain. That's great. يعني it's not that it's like the funny thing is when Zumba started like booming like few years ago, some years ago, around like 2012, 6-7 years ago. The funny thing is a lot of the fitness people, like the real fitness personal trainers, they were like mocking Zumba. شنو هذا حاطين رايكس, you call this fitness وخرابيط, it's only dancing. It's just it's a peak thing, it's a hip thing, and it's gonna go down the drain وخلاص. يعني هبة وبتروح. I would love to see those people again. And you can. They were actually I've seen some of those videos on even على YouTube. They were like personal trainers going online, and they're like Zumba, ما أدري شنو, and all these kind of things. I'm like, you know what? I would love to see you now 5-6 years later, and just let's talk about Zumba and see how popular it is still.
Or come to a Zumba class and let's see how you feel after.
No, it's not a challenge. That's the thing. But again, how it's the good thing about them is like their marketing and they're like it's a huge company. Like we're talking about millions and millions.
Oh yeah.
And the amount of money they spend on marketing, they have this amazing app actually for instructors, and I'm like, not even one fitness program ever existed in this world ever since the apps and smartphones came that is as good as this.
Wow.
Yeah, the integration of the music, the videos, the movements. You can even import music from your iTunes, and you check videos and movements, and they break down every move.
What's the name of the app?
It's a Zen Play, but it's only for Zumba instructors. You have to be a Zumba instructor.
You can't access.
No.
That's even cooler.
It's like the time they spend or the money they spend to improve their like services or their tools حق instructors is amazing. So these people they invest a lot of money. A lot of copycats try to do the same thing as Zumba. I go to fitness conventions ever since the last 15 years.
Wow.
I started going to Zumba fitness conventions since 2004. Every year, and I still go. And every year I go and I see copycats of Zumba, like people trying to exactly doing what Zumba
Exactly.
does. Yeah, like a dance fitness, blah, blah, blah. You go back 2-3 years and they're like, vanished.
Wow.
Because they think it's easy. It's not. It's like a huge enterprise. It's like people really working hard. I don't know how many hundreds of staff they have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and people they're smart guys. They're 3 guys, all of them who are called Beto. But they've done a great job, يعني.
Wallah, you've done a great job, صراحة.
والله يعني
You
again,
really
it's a huge
have. I
community,
really
and
think that
I'm
you.
thankful حق Zumba and what they've done.
I'm not just talking about Zumba. I'm talking about the things you're doing in Kuwait, and I want you to actually take this when I'm telling you this.
Dance in the streets.
Dance on the streets.
Until we
You
get
are
put in jail.
changing lives. Do you realize that?
I hope that's.
You
that
are
I hope I
changing
am.
lives at home, the way they interact with their kids, the way they interact with their husbands, the way they interact with themselves. So I just want to acknowledge you.
Thank you.
That you are amazing.
Thank you.
And you live what you preach, guys. Yani, she does. You look healthy. You're energetic. You are full of life. Bless you. Honestly, it's amazing.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure.
humbled.
It was a pleasure talking to you about these things. Honestly, thank you for coming on the Dardish show.
Wallah, I'm so happy to be here. I can talk non-stop, I can go
Go
for
for
like
it.
another 2 hours.
Go for it.
Talk about dance and fitness and health. Health is my passion. Like I can talk about health in general. So thank you for having me on the show. I'm so happy I get the chance to talk to you. How long has that been? An hour?
تقريبا an hour.
Really? I hope you stayed all the way till the end to listen to all this. And yeah, keep on dancing, please. Never stop dancing. That's my message. Never, ever stop dancing. Don't let anyone tell you to stop dancing.
Beautiful, beautiful. And that was a wrap for the Dardish show.
The Dardish show.
It's gotta be against the law to look this damn good.
Watch out now,
Cause baby, I feel real good and I wish I would.
watch out now,
It's gotta be against the law to look this damn good.
watch out now,
Everybody watch out. Watch out now. I'm ready for a good time and I came to groove. The whole band's here and we came to move. Got a fresh haircut and 2 new shoes. We're here all night like we got nothing to lose. I'm coming out the jacket cause we're turning up the heat. I wanna see you clapping when you get up out your seat. It's time to make it happen when we hit these streets. I'm coming in hot and I can't be beat. Watch out now. Baby, watch out now. Watch gotta be against the law to look this damn good.
Watch out now.
Cause baby, I feel real good and I wish I would.
Watch out now.
It's gotta be against the law to look this damn good, baby.
Watch out now.
Everybody watch out. Last call for some alcohol. And don't forget to tip. The sun went down, but we still lit. The band's still going, playing all ahead. I guess I'm now too legit to quit. I'm coming out the jacket cause we turning up the heat. I wanna see you clapping when you get up out your seat. It's time to make it happen when we hit these streets. I'm coming tonight and I can't be beat. Watch out now. Everybody watch out. Watch out. Hey, baby. I'm on the move. I'm going out. I'm a man on a mission with no missions and I'm looking for love. Oh, I'm just looking for love. It's gotta be against the law to look this damn good.
Watch out now.
Hey, baby, I feel real good and I wish I would.
Watch out now.
It's gotta be against the law to look this damn good,
Watch out
baby.
now.
Everybody watch out.
Watch out now.
Everybody watch out.